So Windows 10 is actually beating Windows 11. Now, this is a pretty funny story. If you're Microsoft, you don't want to hear this sort of a thing, but it's pretty funny. So the info we are getting specifically is from Valve's new Steam survey. So if you don't know, Valve runs the Steam store. It's a big game store. They do surveys where they scan your hardware, they scan your software so they can see, for instance, which OS you are running. And the thing is, Windows 11 is actually declining in users. So they have had a very small decline. To be fair, it is not a big decline. But the thing is, Windows 10 actually gained a lot more users. So seemingly people are switching from Windows 11 and going back to 10. And the thing seems to be that some people are also upgrading from Windows 8.1 and Windows 7, but they're not going to Windows 11, they are going to Windows 10. So a very interesting situation, and I mean, you also can't blame the people for going away from Windows 11. You know, that has been plagued with bugs ever since it launched. And sure, you know, many people say, hey, it worked totally fine for me, but you know, that's great, but it just hasn't worked well for a lot of other people. My laptop was completely bricked by Windows 11. You know, it never supported Windows 11. It got updated to Windows 11 for who knows what reason. And I mean, just in the past month, Microsoft has had problems in Microsoft Outlook. I reported on this. Basically, Uber receipts would like crash Outlook and you couldn't do anything about it. They had an endless reboot loop, which is always fun. And then also Microsoft has continued their attacks on printers because they really want printers to go extinct. You know, it's actually a pretty good strategy. They break printers like all the time, so eventually you're like, I'm just not gonna print anything because I just can't. So this is some pretty interesting data. And you know, Windows 11 is actually, you know, kind of, it's been out for quite a while, and you know, compared to Windows 10, it has a surprisingly very low market share. So about 21% of people are on Windows 11 and 73% are on Windows 10. Now, this is, of course, just gamers, but, you know, it's interesting. You know, however, I remember when Windows 10 still came out in the early days, you know, most people were still running like Windows 7, Windows 8.1. People were running Windows 7 for a really long time. But yeah, still, you know, if you're Microsoft, this is not what you want to see. But you can't really blame people when you're releasing updates that just break stuff all the time. You know, like, this is incredibly frustrating when you actually need to get work done. So hope Microsoft cleans up their act. I really do hope that. And yeah, long live Windows 10, I guess.